With me now to discuss is Avis Jones-DeWeever, political and social commentator. Avis, good morning to you. It didn't take long for the attacks on Harris to begin. Your thoughts?
No, it didn't. And these are not just attacks. Let's be very clear what we're seeing here. These are racist attacks. When J.B. Vance, who, let's get clear, if we want to talk about DE&I hires, this is the most unqualified vice presidential candidate that we've ever had in history. This man has only won one election in his life, and that was only 18 months ago. Do you mean to tell me that he has the experience and the knowledge depth needed in order to run this country if given that opportunity? But because he's a white male, no one ever questions his qualifications. And then if you want to talk about his thoughts about her not being grateful, that's just code word for she's uppity, which is a common attack that Black people, quite frankly, are tired of hearing. And so, unfortunately, it looks like the Republican Party is playing directly to their base, which includes a lot of not only right-wing individuals, but white supremacist individuals. I have a surprise for them. That's not enough for them to win.
Well, we'll talk about the math in just a second. I am wondering if you think, Trump went after her on Truth Social. I won't go into it. I mean, I think our viewers know by now how he feels about her and the kind of language that he's using. He called her stupid and whatever. I mean, you get the picture. We saw it coming. I am wondering, Avis, if you think this could backfire on Trump and the Republicans if they go too far, and I guess, you know, too far is subjective, but could it end up hurting Trump and the party?
Absolutely. It's already backfiring. Just 2 days ago, there was a Zoom call with over 40,000 Black women who were able to raise amongst themselves $1.5 million for her campaign during the Zoom call. Yesterday, there was a Zoom call with over 30,000 Black men who together raised over $1 million for her campaign within 3 hours. Do you think that specifically those demographics are going to be energized and want to fight back when they hear what are clearly racist tropes that are at this moment attacking her, but they understand that it is part of an ideology that would be at the realms of power if they were win. They would do anything to stop it. And it doesn't just stop there. There are plenty of people, women writ large, other people of color, and other well-meaning white people who are offended by this type of openly racist and sexist ideology. And we're tired of looking like, honestly, the kid in the dunce corner on the world stage. We need to have individuals in office that know what they're doing, that come from a history of understanding how to actually successfully govern. And when we look at these two tickets, only one of those meets that bar.
Kamala Harris is heading to Milwaukee today for her first rally of the campaign. We saw her out there yesterday on that call at headquarters with Biden. When you look at the money, when you look at the number of volunteers who have signed up, it is pretty hard to ignore the enthusiasm out there. I am wondering if you think that this momentum can be sustained, Avis, and is she bringing, and whoever she decides to bring as her running mate on the ticket, is she bringing new people under the tent?
Very good question. I would say that this momentum definitely can be sustained. I've not seen this type of excitement, this type of instantaneous wanting to get out there and support a candidate since we saw Barack Obama, for example, prove, in essence, to many that he actually had a chance at winning. And so now we're seeing that same level of excitement once again. However, I think this is also someone that can appeal to women writ large in a moment in which women's rights are under attack. So definitely this is sustainable energy, and I believe that it will not only sustain, it will grow. But in addition to that, with regards to who she might bring onto the ticket, unlike Trump, who just decided he wanted to double down on ignorance and his base when making his choice, I believe that Vice President Harris is going to be more strategic. She is going to choose someone, I believe, that will help her be able to carry a state that she knows the Democratic Party needs in order to win. So there are several states that are either headed by Democrats in the governor's office or have a Democrat that has been elected to the Senate that has shown that they can win the state that could help her. And states that I'm looking at are places like Arizona, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan. Those are all spaces that I think it would be very, very wise of her to choose among any of those candidates. And that would make it a much more difficult road to victory for her competitor and a much easier road for victory for herself.
Right, and that's where the math comes in, Avis.
Exactly. Because unfortunately, in our system, it's not straight up how many votes you have. It's how does it work out in the halls of power in terms of the Electoral College.
I also want to ask you lastly about endorsements for Harris. We heard from Nancy Pelosi yesterday, but we haven't heard from Barack Obama. What's your take on why the former president is staying silent at this point?
It's interesting. I wish I could be a mind reader and try to figure out what's going on there. I don't really know what it is. At this point, it's a fait accompli. I mean, at this point, she has enough delegates who have committed to supporting her so that she is the presumptive nominee. I know at some point I had heard that he had wanted to sort of perhaps want to see what would play out at the convention. But I would tell you that it really makes no sense why he's MIA at the moment. But whether or not he's there, it doesn't stop the enthusiasm. It doesn't stop the excitement. I am seeing people who are coming out on social media for saying that they're going to vote for the first time now. And it's made me think, did you not vote for President Obama? It's very interesting. Mm-hmm. So I think that she might even be able to broaden the field of excitement than he was even able to bring to the table when he ran for president. This is a historic moment. I can't wait to see how it plays out.
Well, Avis, I don't know, I'm sure you heard this. She's brat. I learned that this morning.
I mean, she already has exactly that viral energy. So, hey, she's got it going on. What can I say?
Avis, good to see you this morning. Avis Jones-DeWeever is a political and social commentator.